Mongo's weekend relaxation at the Rudy Valley cave home. $1 trillion? That's 1,000 times bigger than a billion, which is 1,000 times bigger than a million. Great Spock! If the book of Ancients' history of government follies is correct, and the book itself is based on past events that have inevitably led to my realizing this, the greed that starts all corruption, and is itself the definition of corruption, power using power to benefit the personal gain of greedy politicians, increasing the national debt by over $3.3 trillion caused by cutting taxes on the wealthy, which had a negative effect on the entire economy. Offsets failed to balance the transfer of wealth never seen before or since in the nation's history. The billionaire class continued in their climb towards a monarchy with a titular head they could control by manipulating the voters into believing loss of jobs and health insurance was a good thing. The greed of one in particular translated into a personal history of failed businesses and multiple marriages for which he accepted no responsibility. Then his sense of entitlement and lack of education beyond how to scam the system melded into a personal absence of morals where women were seen as inferior, people of color, any color, were also deemed lesser than. Creditors went unpaid, resulting in many of his felony convictions, along with fraud and sexual crimes. Bev looked up from her recipe for dino stew. Mongo, breathe. I'm just getting started. I've been thinking more clearly since my recent chip upgrade, reading books, getting out of my own head, so to speak. Might be time to travel, take a trip back to mid-1940s CE, fiddle with the space-time continuum a bit. There hasn't been a need like this since 1945. Bev stopped her reading to stare at Mongo, who was standing at the fire pit, kicking hot stones back into the dying embers and cursing the burning sensation in his blackened feet. The chip upgrade had apparently stopped with cognitive and math skills. Deductive reasoning and major motor abilities were skipped. Well, maybe next upgrade. Meanwhile, if he was falling off the time travel wagon, she knew for a fact she was not sitting here in the cave waiting for him to return.